Everyone is not easily replaceable. Some are once in a lifetime. Let's go ahead and play this clip.
Relation of rarity lowers tolerance. There's certain things that you won't tolerate once you recognize that you're rare. See, once you recognize that God has set your value to priceless, settling season is over, because everything that settles ends up at the bottom. And I believe sometimes we've confused being the bigger person with the toxicity tolerance. And this many times starts in childhood, because our parents are supposed to be the ones that protect us. But what do you do when your parents are the ones that you need protection from? And this is how we learn lethal loyalty. We end up being loyal to lethal dysfunctions and lethal patterns, because historical trauma gives us a high tolerance for pain. And so what we'll end up doing is measuring our strength by how much we could take. But spiritual awareness is when you're able to discern those who enrich the soil of your life versus those who are just waiting around to consume the fruit. Everyone is not easily replaceable. Some are once in a lifetime. Timothy only had one Paul in his lifetime. Ruth only had one Naomi in her lifetime. Jonathan only had one David in his lifetime. Peradventure, instead of us always having conversations about haters and toxic people, I believe we should also begin to highlight the need of being healed enough where you can identify destiny shifting connections and honor those, because that's rare, because the revelation of rarity lowers tolerance.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. Everyone is not easily replaceable. Some are once in a lifetime. We'll go ahead and start with you first, Miss Taken. What are your thoughts about that, man?
Hold on. I actually definitely agree. What's crazy is that I just recently had a conversation about 2 days ago with Shan, and we were talking about how sometimes women, what are considered good women, are sometimes judged by how much mess they put up with in a relationship in regards to the man that they with. So if he cheats, she stays. If he, is not owning up to his, responsibilities, but she stays and walks him through it. And then on the other side, it ends up being, a good marriage, right? And so everybody will talk about, man, how good of a woman she is. She stayed through all of that. They've been married 60 years, but back in the day, he used to beat her, he used to cheat on her, he used to da da da, and now, they're older, and now they have this blissful marriage. And we were talking about how sometimes just because you stay and you do make it through the other side don't mean that you necessarily should have. There should have been some healthy boundaries that were put in place on both ends. And if those boundaries are overstepped, that it's okay to have the consequence, whatever that consequence is. So I wholeheartedly agree. And not just with women, I just think with people in general, that sometimes you stay, like what he said, way too long out of a sense of loyalty or out of a sense of not wanting to feel like you failed. And I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing to do, because you're staying in a situation which also inevitably may create more trauma that you have to then heal from later on.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and go to you, Nola. What are your thoughts about it, ma'am? Everyone is not easily replaceable. Some are once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything you just said, Mistaken. I was nodding my head the whole time because that's a conversation I've had as well about, couples who I know stories from my culture. I was born in Guyana where and I think it's a worldwide thing where women kind of waited around for the man to bring the bacon home, and because of that, a lot of times women put up with a lot. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't really go out and make the money yourself. But fast forward to today, I think I'm one of those people, and I carry myself as such. I know how much value I bring to the table. So There's certain things that I don't put up with. There's certain things that I don't condone. And I like to gravitate towards people who see that value, who see that in me and treat me as such. So that's my little twist on that. I'm one of those people. And because of that, I carry myself a certain way.
All right, I can dig it. Go ahead, Rilla. What are your thoughts about it, sir?
um, Shout out to the panel. Peace to the chat. Make sure the likes match the views. Blessings to you, Miss Taken and Miss Nola. Kind of challenging to come behind what you so eloquently stated. However, if that was clergy, if that was a pastor, it was a whole bunch of pretty words, a lot of pretty words. Sounded good, right? I think because some of what he spoke to fed into this savior complex that we tend to have. So he talked about doing all this self work to be able to identify connections that are coming into your life, these once in a lifetime connections that you'll have coming into your life. How about we just treat everybody with common decency and respect as a human being, right? Just because that's what they afforded, for me to recognize their humanity and understand that no one is replaceable or no one is easily replaceable. My grandma used to tell us, everybody ain't your little friend. We went around saying, that's my friend. That's my, everybody ain't your little friend. What was she saying? People are in your life for reasons and seasons. Okay. And it's on you to understand the part that they play at that time that you're experiencing them. It's on you to understand and identify and properly place where that person belongs in your life at that time. So for me, my opinion, yeah, no one is easily replaceable. And I do agree some are once in a lifetime. But again, you either earn the lesson or learn the lesson. But you're going to get this work.
All right. Go ahead, Precious. What are your thoughts about it, man?
I do like what Rilla said. I like what everyone said. Everyone is not easily replaceable. I don't think that a lot of people carry themselves as if they're not replaceable, and I think that may be an issue. I think a lot of times what he was talking about in the video about staying around for certain things or tolerating certain things or enduring certain things. I think a lot of people have that scarcity mindset, like there's never going to be another person that's going to come around and treat me right or do certain things, and I don't necessarily think that that's the case. I think that, like Rilla said, there are people that come into your life for reasons, seasons, and some for a lifetime. And those people that are in your life for a lifetime, you don't have to question them. There's nothing you have to question. They're going to be there. You know that, and it's not that you take them for granted, but they show up as lifetime people in your life. The people that are in your life for a season and a reason, you're going back and forth with them people on some things. You may have, a little bit of turbulence with those people. And I think those are the people where they teach you kind of like you're going through like a life course with those people, and they teach you what you want to tolerate or what you should tolerate or what you shouldn't tolerate. Those people you learn from, and you learn from the lifetime people as well, but you guys are learning lessons in which you're sharing them and you're able to expound on them and really be vulnerable with one another. I think the people that are in your life for a season and some for just that reason, those people you should be learning from and you should be taking in lessons. Like ChicagoRilla said, you either learn a lesson or you earn a lesson. Meaning there are just some things that people are going to teach you. They're not going to be in your life maybe in the next month, but they should have taught you a lesson. And if they didn't, you're going to keep bumping your head and you're going to continually be earning that lesson when you could be learning from the lesson. And learning from the lesson means, hey, I see these characteristics and I know that I shouldn't be tolerating them. So when my no is my no, is going to be my no. And when my yes is my yes, is going to be my yes. So I think that, we have to understand that everyone is an individual. I always say there'll never be another me. There'll never be another Lapeef Jr. There'll never be another Mistaken. There'll never be another one of you guys. Even with your offspring, they're still not you. They are their own people. They're going to live their own life. So you have to treat you like you are a gift.